I'm here with Chris Solinsky, new men's distance coach at William & Mary. And Chris, you're leaving Oregon and part of that Wisconsin to come to a far better place where it's nice and a little hotter and a little more humid. What would motivate a person to do that?
Well, with the heat and humidity, I'm starting to question. I don't know, but no, it was Steve Walsh really presented me with a great opportunity of pursuing one of the dreams I've had since I got into running, and that's to get into coaching. And it's just kind of was a perfect time for me, both athletically, personally, emotionally. Like it's really this is kind of the place that I want to be at right now, and it's a perfect time too because I mean the men's team's I think just on the brink of becoming a regular attendee to nationals, and the women's team are also on a brink, and that's to kind of be solidifying themselves as a team to watch, potential top 10 consistent threat. So it's an exciting time to be a member of the tribe.
So what makes you want to be a coach? I mean, you had a lot of success as a runner, but that doesn't always translate to desire to be behind the scenes, so to speak.
I'm a self-defined track junkie. From moment one, I played soccer a little bit when I started and was really into that. And then really when I got into running, I was in 110%. Like I wanted to know everything, from the past, what's going on now, like what the events are happening in the future. Like I really, really wanted to be involved in the sport. And early on, I really kind of had that mentality of like I really want to leave a lasting impression on the running world, whether it's through my legs or someone else's legs. And I was blessed to have great coaches in high school, Don Banky for cross country, Pat Leahy for track, and just seeing the influence they had on the people on the team. We had over 100 kids, just boys on the team, and seeing how they touched and like worked with and really had an influence on every one of them. And then the countless people that came before us, the impact they had on them. And like Don coached my father, and my father still has great memories from when Don was coaching him, and so that's where that seed got planted. And then when I got to college, I had Jerry Schumacher as a coach, and he was kind of the combination of both Don and Pat, and they combined into one man, Jerry Schumacher, and I saw that you could make coaching a career, and that's kind of when I redirected my ambitions for life. And then running kind of got in the way for a little while. It took off, and I was able to find some success doing that, and I always knew though that once the time was right, I wanted to get back into coaching.
When we had the streak going, I think it was about 14 years of the guys going to the NCAA cross country. There were 5 teams in the country, one of which was your alma mater, Wisconsin, who had the same streak going. Wisconsin has continued that streak. So what do the kids on the guys team need to do to get back? Are we close this year or a little longer? What are your impressions? Knowing that you've only been here, 2 weeks, so you may not fully answer that.
No, from what I've seen, I think they definitely have what it takes to get to nationals this year. That being said, you can never make a prediction. There's no 100% prediction ever in running. People are beatable, teams are beatable, injuries happen. But if they keep doing what they're doing and work together as a team, I think that's the theme of our year is to really be one unit. And it's pretty easy here because the theme of the university is one tribe, one family, and so we're really embracing that and going with this cross country season, and the guys are really adhering to that and sticking with that and buying into it, and I think they have what it takes to make it. But again, it comes down to that a little bit of the homework you do during the season, getting points, and then that one day at regionals. But they definitely have what it takes to get there.
So I've listened to a couple interviews after you got this job, and I've heard, maybe it's me hearing two things, that I am a coach and I'm also a runner, but then I've heard more coach, less runner and everything. So how does, and I don't mean to put you in the spot, elude the question if you want, but how does your own running fit in here? I mean, you said as much maybe through 2016. Do you run with, you ran with the freshmen a couple weeks ago. I got that picture. Are you running with them? Is that your plan? Train on your own, train with them, half and half?
Yeah, I'd say it's a balance, and I'd say it's about a 50-50. I do half my stuff with them and half my stuff alone, and you know, I jump in workouts when I can, when it fits, you know, both the schedules. It works out really, you know, well. My wife was asking me today actually how it kind of broke down in workouts, and I was saying that if I wasn't running with them, I'd be biking with them. So I'm basically biking with them on my, you know, I'm just running and still doing the coaching and the encouragement while I'm running with them. And in a way, it seems almost a bit more intimate because I'm in the pack with them, and I can kind of feel what they're feeling, you know, and feel the tension or the ease or the I guess I don't know the word I'm thinking of, but just when things start going bad, and like I can feel it much more running with them than I do on the bike.
Yeah, absolutely. Badger miles, are they dead with watches now that tell you how fast you're going? You can't lock.
They do. I still have a GPS watch, but I use it only to make sure I'm up to date on my training log. But I call them slow miles here because that's always been my nickname with the training group out in Oregon. So they always call me slow, and figure it'd be blasphemous to call them Badger miles here.
Okay, so slow then, in other words, it's more, I coached for years, and so one thing I taught the kids is it's not time, it's feel. Kind of what you were just alluding to when you're on the run. Is that something more important than Badger miles? And you know, I go for 10 but cut it at 8, or faster or slower is up to your legs and how you feel in the program? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you run for a time, and whatever you get in that time is what you get. And I've always believed, and that's kind of what I preach, is you run it as a feel. Your body can tell you a lot, and if you get after it, you know, get going on your run, and you know, you take 3 days out of 10, and those 3 days either could be, you know, really fast, really slow, or in the middle, and you let your body dictate what it is. And you know, if you listen to your body's going to let you know if you need an easy day. If you listen to your body, you could feel really good and have a good one and knock it out of the park. And it's all about listening to the body, and it's more, like I said, more about time than the distance. Some days I could run for 70 minutes, run 12 miles, and other days I could run for 70 minutes and only cover, you know, 8 or 9. You just kind of let the body be the boss.
And last question, something surprising you've seen so far since you've been in Williamsburg?
Something that surprised me. That it's not anything necessarily with the team, that how hot and humid it is here, that I don't feel like I'm more in the South. I've only heard about 1 or 2 yalls since I've been here, so I kind of figured the heat and humidity kind of went hand in hand with a bit more of a southern drawl.
Yeah, no southern drawl in Williamsburg. And Friday nights, are you out with the Hawthorne clan and Walsh and those guys?
Indeed, I look forward to it every Friday. Paul's is a great restaurant.
If you want to ruin your body and train slowly, sure, absolutely.
It's okay to have once a week.
What? Once a week, exactly. Chris, thanks so much and welcome to Williamsburg.